Hi everyone. So today we are going to talk about how to initiate self-feeding in kids. Indians are known for their spoon feeding techniques. Our parents don't stop to spoon feed us even in our 30s. So one of the concepts which I'm going to start with is going to be pretty alien in the Indian community, but it's what the West has been doing for very long. It's called baby-led weaning. So I'm going to just talk a bit about it and then tell you all the tips in which I initiated self-feeding for my child. So firstly, what is baby-led weaning? It refers to a concept wherein around 6 months of age, when you're initiating complementary feed, you put a balanced meal in front of the child and let him or her choose what to eat. Let the child explore different textures, different colors, different tastes. It's a natural progression to breastfed babies, because in the it is believed that whatever the mother eats, the taste kind of passes on to the child, and the ones who are breastfed are more easily accepted to new tastes. Of course, not much research has been done, but it's kind of on the way. But it's also, baby-led weaning is also done for a lot of formula-fed babies. There are lots of mom bloggers on Instagram which you can check out. You can read about it if you're interested. There was no solid scientific research done on it, but the basic concept is let the child eat. There should be no fill-ups at the end, meaning ke, okay, let him or her play for 10-15 minutes, then we'll spoon feed the entire thing. The parents in the West don't do it, the ones who follow baby-led weaning. And what it is about is that, it will take some time, but then there is a lot of positive reinforcement. There is a positive relationship with the food which the child has, and it kind of develops. There is tongue lateralization, the bolus formation is there, and then the child starts swallowing the food too. So, but one of the issues with baby-led weaning is that if you don't fill up, there won't be fill-ups in the end. That means that milk and everything, the child will need more, and we'll eat just a small amount of nutritious food. So there might be nutritional deficiencies in the long run. Of course, no solid research has been done. But if you guys have any kind of experiences about it, you do let me know. So now I'm going to talk about what I did and how I initiated self-feeding. So, I had read in my books during residency that around 9 months of age, there is the development of a pincer grasp, which means that children, kind of pick things up like this. That is the time to initiate self-feeding. So the first step to initiate self-feeding is you need to get a high chair, because only if the child thinks that okay, this is the place where you have to sit and eat, it means that it's kind of a positive conditioned reflex in which the child will be ready to eat. So first step is to get a high chair. Second step is, I started around 8 or 9 months of age when I found that my son is able to pick things up. Start with dry snacks like mamra, gathia, roti pieces, everything. Let them play, let them get messy. If it is, there is curd or there is dal or rice or whatever, let them be a little messy. It's their time to be messy. Let them enjoy that exploration phase. There is also, when you put your child on a high chair, he or she constantly throws food or some cutlery down. So it's their way of understanding the cause and effect relationship. It's their way of playing it out. Of course, you cannot kind of positively encourage it, but you have to be okay with things like that. Also, the other step is that use small cutlery, small portions. Because children are intimidated very quickly. They are small, their hands are small, they have small tummies, and once they look at things that oh itna sara khana hai, they kind of give up. So start with small portions, start with small cutlery. Let them be messy, let them use hands. Because if it's more fun that way. They don't know that eating with a spoon is more etiquette, more whatever. But another alternate is that you can get those forks, plastic forks, which kind of, you know, they dip into the cut papaya, cut paneer, cut apple. They can, you know, they really kind of enjoy pricking it in and then eating it. Of course, initially the food will go everywhere. Don't help him that time. If he likes that food, he will find a way to kind of eat it. Okay. Also, I have talked about sensory play in one of my posts, and that is my very personal experience, that children who experience lots of sensations, textures, very early, you can start as early as 2 to 3 months. They are more kind of accepting to new texture food, slimy food, the thicker food, the thinner soupy food, the food which is, you know, kind of like the clear soups which has vegetables inside. So they're more kind of okay with the acceptance of that. Also, it's a step-by-step journey. Don't hurry it. Don't compare yourself with other kids, because, you know, for kids it's always monkey see monkey do. If they don't have an older sibling or a younger sibling or cousins around who, you know, they kind of have meals together, it's very likely that they will not develop it. So once they go to school, it's the school's role there. In the school, you know, every kid learns to eat by themselves. So kind of be patient, encourage a lot of active play, because things, you know, active play means that the child is doing something and not the toy. You know, it's the toy is not doing something, but the child is doing something and we all are watching it. So that is called active play. You know, things like that help in the long run. And if not, just be patient, just be calm, and all kids learn to eat by themselves at one point or another. So good luck trying. If you have any other experiences, do let me know. Thanks a lot. See you all very soon.